The temperature is cooling down, but is our market? Let's find out and see what happened for the Reno Sparks real estate market for August 2019. Let's dive in and take a look. Jumping right into property prices, as I predicted last month's video, we did drop just slightly in our median home price from $405,000, our all-time record for Reno Sparks, down to $399,000. And with that, a lot of seasonality plays into that, and that's where I looked at last year. July was our peak of last year, so I anticipated that to happen the same thing this year. So we're going to continue to watch that and see where our market goes for September. Our market still looks pretty strong though, so let's look at those numbers and see how that's playing out. Looking at our days to contract, we hit 48 days to contract, so we did go up 3 days, but I wanted to add something a little bit more in depth and more insight for you guys. So I'm starting this month, I'm adding a new slide to this video, and that is right here. We can see average days of contract by price range. So as you can see, we went to 48 days to contract for August. And looking at the price range though, you can see that pretty much everything under $500,000 was below that point of days to contract. So if you were looking for a home between $200,000 and $300,000, it's a 28 days to contract. So homes are selling a lot quicker than they are in the $500,000, $600,000 price range. You can see way at the end of the graph here at anything above 1.5 million is 116 days to contract. Still relatively quick for such high-priced homes. So I do want to make that point, even though look at the million to 1.5 million was essentially 47 days to contract. So homes in that price range are selling quicker than the $500,000 to $600,000 price range. I think that's phenomenal and just shows how strong our luxury market's doing right now. So those homes are selling. I added another data point in this month's slides for everyone. And as you can see, not only now are we looking at the active inventory and sales, we're also looking at new inventory. How many new homes are coming on the market? This isn't just new build, just coming onto the market for sale. And as you can see, for August, the sales are in black here. The red is the new homes, and then the gray is the inventory. How many homes are for sale? And you can see that for sales, they stayed about the same, but the new to market went down. So just as many homes sold as last year or last month, or just really close, 602 to 601. But when you look at the new homes coming to market, it went down slightly. And inventory dropped as well in that case. In this new slide I added, you can see that the black line that goes across here is an indicator of 5 months. And why is 5 months important? Well, anything below the 5-month marker is considered a seller's market. So everything below $750,000 and over is considered in the seller's market. And so anything above that, we look at about 5 to 7 months is about a neutral market, not a buyer's or seller's. And anything above 7 months or so is considered a buyer's market at that point. And so the only one that goes over that 7-month marker is the over $1.5 million price range. So there's not a lot of homes for sale that are available in terms of inventory in those lower price ranges. So there is a very strong chance for those that are in that price point, your home may still sell relatively quickly. You can look at same figures. You can see it's a similar style pacing of graph in those in the previous slide where I broke out the prices. Taking a look at the Sparks market specifically, you can see that the median home price did drop down just slightly, and new listings did drop as well. And the average days of contract actually significantly went up, 44% up. So homes took a lot longer to sell in Sparks this last month. The units sold went up month over month, which is a little bit surprising. As I told you in the previous slides, our sales stayed about the same for month over month. So more homes were selling in Sparks, it looks like, this last month. Taking a look at the inventory dropped 10%. So the market is moving still very rapidly in Sparks. Taking a look at Reno, you can see that median home price dropped for there as well, down to $410,000. And you can see that the new listings did drop as well. Days to contract went up a little bit, but not as dramatically as Sparks did. Units sold did drop. Remember, it went up for Sparks. And inventory, though, still went down right at 4%. So very interesting to see a tale of two different markets going on between Reno and Sparks and tracking what's happening in both of them. So, you know, sometimes month over month, it just kind of changes. And so there's no particular reason. So it's always interesting to see what's really changing our Reno Sparks statistics. Taking a look at interest rates, that's been a lot of the talk lately, is how low they are. If you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen me make multiple posts about it. Interest rates are really low. Look at the last 3 years since this graph starts in the beginning of 2016. And so that first year up until the election, and then you see it, so the 2016 election happens, and then that's when it starts to curve upward pretty dramatically, actually. And then we start to level off and go down a little bit, and then dramatically go back up again. Well, now look at this down slope that we've been in, and how low these interest rates are. So we haven't seen these rates since 2016, 3.58%. That is incredible, and that's adding a lot of buying power to buyers out there. So it's actually outpacing statistically the appreciation of homes. It's outpacing it. So your buying power is actually going up over the appreciation of homes. So if you see home prices keep going up and you feel like you're chasing the market, well, that's not the case right now because of the interest rates down lower. You actually can afford more of a home because of that. So if you maybe gave up in the last year or so, maybe you felt like you were getting outpaced by the market, let's get together and chat again. It may be a really great time for you to get back into the buyer pool and jump on these really low interest rates. Looking at the forecast for the next year, you can see they're not changing a whole lot, but they are trending upward. So this is all just forecasted. This is if no dramatic events happen. As soon as these projections finish up, we're going right into a presidential election, one of the most contested in history, it looks to be. So it's going to be really interesting to see. As you can see, the 2016 election, what that did for interest rates. We're going to see what happens for this presidential election. So it's going to be very important for us to keep our eyes on the market and take advantage of what these low interest rates are now. Don't take them for granted. You don't want to lose out on your opportunity to own a home because maybe you decided to sit it out a little bit longer. As you can see in those last few slides, the market is not so much cooling off as the temperatures are. So it's a great opportunity for you to still look at purchasing a home. If you're still wanting to sell your home, it's still a great opportunity for that. The median home price is still staying relatively strong here for Reno and Sparks. So it's a great opportunity for you to maybe get into your move up to a new home, take advantage of those low interest rates right now and move up or even move down. So if you're ready to get together and chat about that, you can always reach me at the number below and we can get together and chat a little bit more about that. And if you want to have a little bit more information about other real estate topics, you can watch my videos right over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next month.